Today we're going to catch tadpoles in a sheep dip.
Take me out in the garden with the beetles and frogs. Take me to the back door to see the geckos and moths. Get me down on the ground to see the spider's fangs. Just get me outside with my boomerang. Get me outside with my boomerang.
This is a set of sheep yards, and it's used for a lot of different things throughout the year when you're a sheep farmer. One of the jobs that we do during the year, if we have sheep lice, is to give our sheep a dip in the concrete dip. It's actually called a plunge dip. The sheep come along here through the yards, run through this section here, and there's a few people dotted along here pushing the sheep along. They then, at the last minute, the person standing on this side will then lift up the sheep from the tail and the leg and push them in head first, and they keep swimming through the dip. They swim all the way along. They get dunked under the water a couple of times, and then they come out up here into the draining pens, and then the chemical drains off and goes back into the dip with the water, and then they're free of lice. But during the year, when the dip isn't being used, and after it's been flushed out and cleaned, it fills up with rainwater, and then the tadpoles come in, and today that's what we're going to be looking at and we're going to catch. So this is where the action happens. After the chemicals are disposed of appropriately and the dip is rinsed and washed out, the next few months of rain will wash back in here. When that happens, it provides an ideal environment for frogs to breed up in. So they come and they lay their eggs, and the eggs become tadpoles, and then they turn into frogs and jump out in the next rain. So at the moment, we have a great collection of tadpoles in here, and if you want to have a good look at tadpoles in the water, you need to catch them. But the best thing to catch tadpoles with is a sieve, and it's just such a great tool to have in the bush. So we're going to show you how to do that now. Well, we're getting a lot of bugs, and I can actually see the tadpoles in the water further up where it's deeper. So I think that's where we need to go. Now, because the sheep dip is deeper up here and I can't reach down normally with the sieve, I've had to tie it to a stick so we can go right down deep into the dip and into the water. Well, none in that grab. Well, despite the fact I'm not catching any tadpoles, I'm still learning something. This dip is full of this windmill grass. This is just like the seed end of the grass that gets discarded once it's matured, and it falls down into the water, and when it does that, it grows an algae on it, and that's providing the food for the tadpoles to live on. So it's in the way at the moment, but I'll scoop a bit out and we'll catch one eventually. Harder than I thought it would be. Well, at the moment we've got the issue of the sieve not working at all because there's just too much stuff in the dip, it's in the way, and the tadpoles are getting pushed out of the way as I'm running it through the water. So I'm going to use this thing, which is the strainer we use during dipping time to get all the junk out of the dip that falls in when you've got hundreds of sheep going through. So I'll get it out of the way first, and then I'll go back with the orange sieve and see if I can catch some more tadpoles. Now, an interesting thing's just happened. Upon getting all this stuff out of the way for the sieve in the dip, I've actually managed to catch and strain out tadpoles in all that junk. So I'll just put them in here so you can have a look at them. Alright, here's a little one here, another one. Well, that's a little one. Okay, I think that's all that was in there. So I'll just have a look at them a bit closer now. Now there they are. That's I'm not sure what they are, but they're a beautiful little bronze tadpole that they're, I don't know, they're probably half grown, maybe a bit more. And there's another one in here that's a little bit smaller. Now that one's come from a clutch of eggs that have been laid probably 2 weeks later than the first lot. So he'll mature into a frog, yeah, a couple of weeks after the bigger ones. Well, I caught 5 tadpoles in one scoop of that strainer, and I think I've had enough fun for one day. So I'll just let these go back in the dip and they can turn into frogs. Well, that's another great way you can have fun with nature. And I hope you catch some tadpoles between now and next episode. I'll catch you later.
Spider's fangs. Just get me outside with my boomerang. Get me outside with my